All right, so we are back. So I am on. Let me see if I can do this correctly here. So yeah, y'all can see the live sign. Y'all can both see on both sides here. Just want to make sure we got everything good. All right, so we're trying this again because we had some snags, but it's gonna be what it be. But welcome back. But also now welcome both TikTok and YouTube. So again, like we were saying before, and because I'm on YouTube now too, I'm gonna have to try to curtail what it is I was saying earlier. But just if you want to start a business, I want you to pay attention because the business I started, the digital franchise that I started, the industry that I've started in marketing, in franchising, digital franchising is literally what made a huge difference for me. And a lot of people still question it to this day, which is what I really really have a hard time understanding because everybody's familiar with the digital franchise. Everybody's familiar with franchising, I should say, right? Everybody's familiar with franchising. Everybody knows about what it may be like to or what the possibility is of owning something like a Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or a Sephora or a T-Mobile store or whatever it is. You understand corporate versus franchise, right? Everybody understands. You get a business that you did not design, did not create, do not maintain, but you get to make 100%, right? Or get not. I'm sorry. You did not design it, did not create it, do not maintain it, but you get to make a percentage. Everybody understands what that looks like outside of social media. But for some strange reason, from the time you throw in social media, people are like, "Well, I don't know. I don't see how that's possible." Really? Somebody designed something. It's literally what I faced in 2023. I had an existing business because I'm a motivational speaker and still a content creator. I create videos on social media, and I had that business before I came to TikTok. Before I got on this platform, before I came to YouTube, I had a business already. But when I came to social media to start creating live content, I had something that I wanted to get done better. I wanted to automate it because I wanted it to be there for my family. I wanted to be able to serve the public. I wanted to be able to make a difference without having to sacrifice precious time or not as much time with my family members, right? The people that I love, because the one thing that I said I would never do again after the last time I got fired from, are you getting into business in the interim? Why are you getting to business in the first place if you're going to spend all of your time being away from the people that you love? It is literally why I started this and why I started to learn marketing, because I realized have to find a problem. You have to find a problem and work to get solutions to that problem that people will pay for. And again, that last part is really, really important. You get a solution to a problem that people will pay for that solution for. So I figured to myself, okay, what better way? What better way to make money? What better way to start a business than to solve problems and to actually get those solutions to the people that I can help serve, right? You're not doing it for random people. But you want to know the secret to making money on social media? Who wants to know the secret? Put secret in the chat if you want me to tell you what the secret is. Put secret in the chat. What's up, Chris? Kristen? Is that Robert? What's going on? Thank you so much for joining. Christina. Okay, Christina. Thank you so much for joining. So nobody wants a secret to make income using social media? I'm just asking, right? Because I could tell you what I did. I could tell you the secret that benefited me that I figured out after 36 months of doing this. But if you don't want it, then, you know what I'm saying, I could just keep it to myself, you know? But there's so many people doing that already on social media, right? Everybody wants to, but they don't understand this simple concept. The simple concept is you have always been the solution. You have always been the secret sauce. You have always been the key to making success in your business. Why? Because you have problems. You had situations that you need figured out. And because you have figured out those solutions, because you have figured out those problems, you can now take those solutions to Main Street and say, listen, this is what I have done. This is how I overcame this. And because you're not the only husband, you're not the only father, you're not the only mom, you're not the only wife, you're not the only person out there that had those problems. When people see you had that problem, they will go, okay, so how did you do that? Is that not what we do for dating profiles? Is that not what we do for food? Is that not what we do for Netflix series? Why is it that we can do that for Netflix, but we can't do that for our bank accounts? We could sit there and be like, man, I really want to watch a TV show. I really want to watch something entertaining. And boom, you find something that's massively entertaining. And what's the first thing you do? You may not get on a social media platform and create a video for it, but you will very well go to a best friend, go to an auntie, go to an uncle, go to whoever and go, oh, wow, I watched this Netflix series last night. It was amazing. You should really check it out. Why do you think that you can't be the one to use that same model, that same protocol to get paid using social media? And as I was saying in my previous part to this live stream, right before we had to restart, we do that for everything else. We have been doing that, like without even thinking it, right? Without even thinking, without even questioning it. We have done that over and over and over again. Maybe not on social media, but in your very real lives, you have referred people to things and you have not gotten paid. You're on social media right now scrolling and you're here in this live stream. Why? Because you want to have something that will actually pay you, because what you're actually doing for a living is not really paying you the way you want it to pay you. Are we not doing that? What if I told you there was a way to take what you're already doing, scrolling social media, creating random videos, and then take that, couple it with the skills that I'm going to give you, and actually use that to create consistent income for you? See, that was one of the major things that I wanted to do in 2023. Just laid off from my job, a couple months, laid off from my job, didn't know what to do, didn't know where to go, didn't know what to turn to, but I turned to what God gave me. And this is what I do in the Kingdom Digital Academy. I help you understand how to take your God-given gift, how to take your God-given purpose and actually use it to monetize it. While everybody is talking about the 95,000 jobs that we lost in February of this year, February 2026. While everybody's talking about the 95,000 jobs lost, how about something that's based on you and what God gave you? But then, check this, watch this now. The reason why you don't think you can be that is because of your mind. Because watch this, it does not matter how many hacks you see on YouTube. It does not matter how many shorts you watch, how many reels you watch on Instagram, how many hacks you see on the For You page. If you don't think you can be the one to achieve what you're seeing in that video, none of it matters. None of it matters. Is that making sense? If it makes sense, put makes dollars in the chat, guys. Because this is what I need you guys to understand. Way too many people and I'm going to say this with all the love in my heart that I have for you, is that you have been lied to. When it comes to digital business, when it comes to understanding the e-learning industry, you have been lied to. You have been misled. You have been bamboozled to think that it's just one section, that it is just PDFs, that is just what you call it, courses. It's just these digital files that you could create, Canva platforms. No, it's not that. Marketing, because people will go digital marketing. I'm getting out of digital marketing. Are you serious? This one of like, listen to me. One of the most jarring things for me is every time I hear somebody on the For You page on TikTok or on the news feed on YouTube talk about, I'm getting out of digital marketing. I'm getting out of digital marketing. And I'm immediately like, okay, so you're going to get off the internet then. You're going to get off the internet and you're going to not tell people the thing that helps you make money? Is this the very same mindset that has people going, I don't want to sell a course. So, question, friends, what do you think colleges do? Colleges don't sell courses? But you have to understand, before you even get to that conversation, that digital marketing is marketing. Digital marketing, and listen to me, people that I love in this world have literally said, I can't help a real estate agent because we're in digital marketing. I can't help a roofer because we're in digital marketing. I can't help a doctor because we're in digital marketing. What do you think when you say the words marketing? Marketing is promotion, how you get your business, product, or service in front of the people that need it. That's what marketing is. If you understand how to get that skill working for you, you will be able to go out there and promote anything. You want the keys to be able to promote anything on social media, on a website, on the internet, wherever you happen to be creating assets? Talk about where you were before, what you got when you got it. Talk about how it made you feel. Talk about what the problem was, and then talk about what's changed for you now. Since you solved that problem, what have you changed? What has gotten better? What has increased for you? And now tell people, now that things have changed for me, this is what I would like to do in the next 3, 6, 9 months in order to move my life forward. Right? And then tell people, this is where I got that information. It's called, if you want to learn more about what it is I do, put the word ready in the comments. Put the word get started in the comments. It's called a call to action. Somebody put the words call to action in the comments for me. Somebody put the words call to action in the comments for me. It is literally the separation between videos that are good and videos that do well. Because if you have a video that does pretty good, you want to be able to direct people on what to do next. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you tap that Service Plus icon at the bottom of the screen. If you are on TikTok, if you are on YouTube, go to the show notes and go to where you see Kingdom Digital Academy in the description and go to that place. And so you can put your email in so you can get the free information to figure out how to get to it into the academy. Or if you want a video version of that, go to the top of my YouTube page, or if you're on TikTok, go to the top pinned videos and go to the very first video, and you'll get explanation on how you can get into the Kingdom Digital Academy, which is my school community that I started in 2024 to be able to teach people marketing, teach people content creation, and teach people automations so they can know how to become the hunted in business. No more chasing friends and family. No more, hey, bro, did you watch the video? Hey, sis, did you click on that link? No more of that. No more. It is about time you were able to make an income and still be able to be with the people that God used you to help create. Your kids, your spouse, you need to be able to be there with them because the most valuable asset you have is your time. And if you don't use your time, you won't be able to redeem your time. If you are not able to use the time God gave you to live the life God gave you, you will not be able to redeem it because once it's gone, it's gone. But because we have been so inured, taught so long that all we have to trade at least 8 hours of our valuable time to be away from the people that we love, the people that we care about, this is what we have been used to. This is what's normal in society. But you understand this? Wealth is not normal. Automations are not normal. But if you want abnormal results, you have to be willing to do something that goes against what you've been indoctrinated to believe, that you have to work 8 hours in order to make income to take care of your family. It is possible. Not only possible, because listen, I already said once that I'm not here to convince anybody that learning digital business, learning digital franchising, and learning marketing is a real thing. I am no longer here to convince you that digital business is real because it's all around you. It's all around you so that you can be able to see that if men like Jeff Bezos, men like Warren Buffett can literally make billions of dollars using social media, why can't you? Don't you get dressed just like they do? Don't you brush your teeth just like they do? Don't you have a phone just like they do? What is the difference between you and them? The only difference between you and Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett and anybody UK that they are successful, they are wealthy. The only difference is that they found something, they learned it, and then they acted on it. They acted like the information that they got was valuable. They acted like the skill that they were going to learn would lead them to something. But the problem is most of the people, especially in America, if you listen to me, I love America. I really do. I really do. But you can't talk to Americans about opportunity. You can't talk to Americans about starting a business. Why? Because they see opportunities to start a business every minute of every day. And I get the confusion. But the minute you can get behind, you can take something from you. You can take something that God gave you on the inside of you and take that into the world and actually get paid for it. But you got to create content that's valuable, relatable, and you have to be consistent. It don't matter if it's once a week, if it's once a day, or if it's once an hour. You have to be consistent. And I want you to really think about this. I want you to really think about this. The last time you bought something, just think about this. The last time you bought something, how many times did you see it before you actually bought it? Real question. Anybody can answer in the chat. How many times did you see that thing before you bought it? Was it the very first time you saw something that you bought it? No. The odds of that are slim to none. And you wanted me to tell you exactly how that happens? The first time you see something, you buy it, you want me to tell you how that happens? It's connection. It's only with connection that you see something for the first time and you buy it because you heard somebody else talk about it. You heard somebody else talk about the value. You heard somebody else talk about the difference that it can make. You heard somebody else say, okay, this is how this thing transformed my life. So now you can take that story and go, okay, so this is that thing. When you see it for the first time, you're like, oh, that's what Auntie was talking about. That's what my husband was talking about. That's what my wife was talking about. And then you start to listen up, and then you start to pay attention, and then when you realize that there is value for you to be gained by what it is you're seeing, because you're making the connection between what somebody told you about the value they got, then you're like, oh, okay, let me get on this. The only way that that happens is exactly like that. Anything else, you've seen it at least 7 times. That is an old school sales process. An old school sales process where you have to have contact. Your potential customer, your potential client has to have contact with something 7 different times before they actually buy something from your business. But what if that 7 times can happen without you being there? You know how that happens? It happens because you can create content. Think about YouTube Shorts. Think about Instagram Reels. How many times can your video be seen? Right? How many times can your Instagram Reel be seen? What's up, Artie? How you doing? Thank you so much for liking the live, my friend. How often can a piece of content be watched on TikTok? How many times can a piece of content be visible on YouTube? And how many times can it be rewatched? You know what that also sounds like? Retention. Every social media platform wants retention. They want videos, they want content pieces that people will keep coming back to. Why? Because it's valuable. And they're valuable because they're getting a solution to a problem that they need fixed. But not enough people are willing to talk about those problems and the solutions that they've gotten, so people can continue to come back. Why do you think motivational videos do so well? Because motivational videos, okay, let's make this interactive. What's the one thing that watching a motivational video gives you? Put it in the chat. Thank you so much for the gifts, my friend. I appreciate you, Artie. What is the one thing that you get watching a motivational video? Put it in the chat for me. Put it in the chat. Motivation, but more so than motivation. There you go. Inspiration, right? Inspiration. And how many times can people use inspiration? How many times a day? You think? How many times? Right? How many times can you use it? Can you guess? Is there a limit? But this is the thing you got to realize. It's not just the fact that you are using motivational, using inspiration, but you're using a renewable resource. See, when you sell a physical product, you have to have units of a specific product. But when you deal with something intangible like motivation and inspiration, right? You don't, it's not a asset that you have to pay to renew. It's an asset that renews automatically. Every time you give inspiration, there's still more to be had. That's why motivational videos, that's why inspirational videos do well, because you don't have to buy the motivation or buy the inspiration to keep selling that. Why do you think platforms, social media platforms on Instagram, on YouTube, on any other platform literally will pay creators for motivational and inspirational content? Because everybody needs a little pick me up. But can I tell you a secret as a motivational speaker myself? Motivation is just a spark. It is a spark that will light the fuse to the flame that is your purpose. But it can only be a spark. That flame can only be stoked and made bigger by your actions. What if you can have another intangible thing that is also infinitely renewable? You know what that thing is? Education. Education is the one thing on any social media platform that will apply to people regardless if it's today or if it's 5,000 years from now, if Christ tarries, right? Is that you can teach somebody something. Let me show you this, right? How many of y'all know how to change a tire? How many of y'all know how to change a tire? Say me in the chat if you know how to. I didn't ask you if you've changed a tire. How many of you know how to? Right? If you had to explain it to somebody, could you explain it to somebody? Okay, me. All right. So, whether you are 18 or you are 55, do you think in our society you might want to know how to change a tire? Right? And that is a skill that whether you are just learning about cars, you just purchased the car, or you've been buying cars for years. If you've never known how to change a tire, it does not matter because you have a video that is teaching you how to do that. Right? Another set of videos that's popular on social media is food videos. How many times have you burned something and you didn't mean to do it? Right? How many times have you wanted to try a recipe, but you were scared? I'll tell the truth and shame the devil. Right? How many times you wanted to make something special for your family, but you didn't think you could? But what do people say? YouTube it. What do people say? Look up the video. And there are literally creators that will get on here and create videos that will show you how to make things, show you how to make things in the kitchen, right? But okay, so let's say you mastered the art on making sourdough bread, right? Now, because you mastered the art of making sourdough bread, does that mean that somebody else might not want to learn how to for the first time? Does that mean that? Yes or yes? Yes or no? I should say yes or no. Does that mean that? That if you learn, now that you've mastered it, does that mean that there won't be anybody that will be learning it for the first time? This is how you create evergreen content, because you create it once, and every time somebody that has not learned that skill come across your video, they realize that they can learn that too, right? That's how videos get multiple views time and time, weeks, months, even years into the future. Because why? It's a skill that everybody wants to learn. It's a skill that everybody wants to master. What's going on, Jackie? How you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Right? Education is a renewable resource. And yes, and listen, and this is for my course creators in the chat. Right? This is for my course marketers and my course sellers in the chat. Right? Which is better? Having a business that you have access to sell, that you can basically sell as many times as you want to, or having a protocol, a series of protocols in business that will allow you to create businesses that people can sell unlimitedly. Option one or option two, which is more valuable in your opinion? TikTok and YouTube, y'all can comment in the chat and let me know which do you think is more valuable. Option one, you sell somebody else's business. Option two, you sell your own business based on you and what you can create. Which one is more valuable? Option one or option two? Got a couple option twos on TikTok. Got a bunch of wallflowers on YouTube. It's okay. For me, listen, I will be the guy that will say this. I have no problem with selling other people's businesses. Anybody that says, listen to me, I will let you sell my business and I will give you a portion of the profits as long as it aligns with what God has me doing. I have no problem with it, right? I have no problem with doing that, but it has to be integratable to what I'm already doing, right? I don't have any qualms about multiple streams of income. I have 84 as of today. 84 things that can bring income into my house, but it has to align with where I'm going. Even the Bible says, how can two agree unless they first walk together? That's not just with people, it's for things you choose to do in life and in business. You got to have a vision, right? I'm not against multiple income streams. I support that. But you got to master what it is you need to master before you get multiple income streams, because you could create an income stream, but learning how to market it is that bridge that you still got to cross. Can I get an amen in the chat? Right? You got to understand that it's not just about having 9 different things to promote, because that seems to be a pandemic that's going across social media like it ain't nothing. Everybody want to buy up everything. That's like a game of Monopoly. You want to buy up everything, want to go around the board, pick up this deed, pick up that deed, pick up the other deed, but you don't know the strategy of the game, and you wonder why ain't nobody paid you no rent in the game. You can have 85 different businesses. You can have 8,000 businesses, but if you have no marketing strategy, your business is dead. You understand? Your business will not survive because you don't know how to reach the people that need you. Or even better than that, you don't know how to get those people to come to you. Do you know how to get those people to come to you? That is the difference between being everywhere else on social media and being here in the Kingdom Digital Academy. Because where everybody on YouTube will tell you, or where everybody on Instagram will tell you, okay, so you can start this digital business, this digital business, this digital business. These are all the things you can do, the top 5 things you can do in 2026 to make an income online. Yet they outline what it is and they tell you to drive traffic. What do you think that means? It means you need to learn how to market. Marketing is the single most valuable skill you can learn in business, and you will not survive if you don't. And if you can get your business in a place where you can have people coming to you, your business will survive without you. Y'all weren't ready for that. And most people will go, okay, well, that's really dark. Is it though? Is it though? Because I'm not just talking about when you go on to glory, when you go to the upper room. No, I'm not just talking about the upper room. I'm talking about going to Chuck E. Cheese. I'm talking about going out to Steak and Shake. I'm talking about going to the movies while you on date night with the missus, or you going on a boat ride with hubby. You could be out there and still making income, still having a business that's running for you. And the only how you do that is if you automate your business, you build an email list, and you get people to hunt you in business. You can't get that chasing friends and family. You can't get that having people DM you all day. Like it literally baffles me, man. You got business owners, digital business owners, made tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you want people to DM you? Really? And this is not what we have seen on meta platforms where you run a little manny chat and you got people DMing you the word ready or DMing you the word yes, and then you automatically send them the information because you have that automation running in the background for you. No, you got people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars still having conversations in the DMs. I'm sorry, my friend, but didn't you get into business to get more time with your family? Didn't you get into business? Didn't you decide to build a digital business and have automations and build an email list so that you don't have to be in the DM trying to generate a relationship out of thin air so hopefully you can make some money? Isn't that why you got into business in the first place? To get your time back? So why are you giving it away in direct message? Why are you giving it away to people that don't even want what you're selling anyways? Because listen, let me tell you something. After 36 months of selling digital franchises on TikTok, I can tell you 97% of people who DM you, they don't want to buy it from you. They want you to clear up a few things. They want you to answer some questions in the direct message. And when you answer the questions that they want to ask you, and after spending an hour getting those questions answered, they will go buy whatever they need to buy from the top earner in the company that you're saying that you represent. Did you ever have that happen to you? You got to understand that you have automations for a reason. You have a digital franchise for a reason. Stop wasting your time direct messaging people. You create content that should explain what it is that you have solved for you, so that people get a clear idea of who you are, what you do, and how it helps them. If your video can't deliver on that clarity, then you need to work on your clarity. Listen to me, people should be able to know enough to make a buying decision from your content on social media and your automated system once they give you their email. You have to build up enough trust to get that email. You have to establish enough connection to get that email, because where in the past you would write down your phone number, now it's an email. You thought that when you bought something at the dollar store, when you bought something at Marshall's and they go, "Oh, would you like me to email your receipt?" You thought it was, "Oh, that's so cute. They're being green. Oh, they're being environmentally responsible." No, they're collecting and building an email list. Why is it valuable to build an email list? Why is it so important to have automations that build your email list? You're supposed to create a seamless connection from your content on social media, from your video, to where they provide you their email, to where they get the value that they are there for, even if they realize it or not. You got to understand it's way more than you ever anticipated as far as the power of automating your business and building an email list and creating content that relates. You got to understand let's see, creating content, automating your business, telling your story, and having something valuable to share, that is what will create that business for you that will continue to pay you, whether it's one time or whether it's 1,000 times. You want to build a business that you don't have to retire from? That will seriously, if you want to build that type of business, you have to understand that you should be able to be paid as a result of your content on social media and not in direct correlation to the content on social media. No offense to YouTube Partner Program. No offense to the Creator Rewards Program. No offense to any monetization platform out there. None whatsoever. But the hook is to be able to create those value opportunities outside of what it is you provide as a solution. You want people to see you as a solution based creator. If you become a solution based creator, people will want to know, to like, and to trust you because they know they can turn to you to get the solutions that they need for the things that they're looking for already. I can't tell you after 5 years, 5 years between Meta platforms, YouTube platforms, and TikTok, how many people that have approached me and said, "Hey, Nick, what do you think about this? What do you think about this industry? What do you think about this particular business model?" Why? Because they've gotten to know me, they've gotten to like me, they've gotten to find common ground with me, and it builds trust. If you do not build trust using your content, it does not matter what it is you try to sell. It does not matter the price point. It could be $1. If people don't trust you, if people don't find commonality in what you do, if they don't believe that you can solve the problem for them like it did for you, it does not matter if it's $1 or if it's $10,000, you will not move a dime. You must be able to build trust. And if you can automate that process, you win. If you can automate that process of getting people to know you, getting people to like you, getting people to find common ground with you, and getting people to trust you, if you can automate that process using content that you create on social media, using automations, using building an email list, and using systems, right? You can do that wherever you decide. And once you've created that, you build it and you don't have to necessarily look back every 2 seconds. Right? Hi, Opal. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you guys. Ooh, I should have definitely brought some water. Because now my brother's stoked. Oh man, I should have definitely brought some water. And I thought about it, but I was like, you know what? We're not gonna go too hard, but now my throat is starting to hurt a little bit. But honestly, people really have a hard time understanding what this is. They really if I tell you this, and I tell you all, man, what I did was simply this. I had a business and I wanted to automate that business because I wanted to be able to serve clients, whether it's 7 o'clock in the evening or 7 a.m. in the morning. And I wanted to learn how automations work. I wanted to learn how funnels work. I wanted to learn how landing pages work. That ain't new. That ain't the 5 years old. That's like 20 years old. Landing pages? That's as old as the internet. Right? The page you land on when you enter the URL. That ain't something brand new. It's not. But I wanted to learn how to do that so I can be there to serve the people that need me outside of my family while being there for my family. And I've done that. And listen, this might sound braggadocious, and I'm so sorry if it does, but it's just the truth. I have helped more people in business passively than most people do actively. I've helped more people in the wee hours. I'm talking about from 1 a.m. in the morning to 6 a.m. in the morning. I've helped more people in those hours, in the wee hours of the morning, than most people at my level have helped in the entire time they've been in business. Why? Because I have systems, because I create content that relates, because I share my story using the framework that I developed called the 4 keys to creating relatable content. I use the fact that I am not the only one. I use the fact that, yes, I am not the only husband. I am not the only father. I am not the only son. I am not the only brother that had these problems, that had these desires to be able to have a better life, create a better life. I wasn't the only one. And because I'm not the only one, the solution to the problems that I had literally can help others. And because I've talked about it on social media, because I've used the internet to create content, it's literally available 24/7, 365 days a year. And connecting it to an automation system, connecting it to a payment processor has literally enabled me to serve my clients 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and be able to have income that I didn't even know was there. I got a $1,200 deposit. Well, 1100 and some. I got an $1,100 deposit and I didn't even know it was ready. 11. What job do you know is doing that? I used to have to work 6 weeks and still have to pay taxes just as I would as a business owner now. I used to have to work 6 weeks to make $1,100. The average American is making anywhere from $150 to $250 a day, and you're going to turn your back on something that you're allowed to do to make $2,500 per sale? $2,500. How many people, how many sales do you need to have at $2,500 a sale? How many of those do you need to have that actually will cover your bills? By the way, financial experts suggest that if you make $5,000 a month, that is life changing. $5,000 extra a month is life changing. That's $60,000 a year. You don't want a business that can do that for you whenever your business is running, which is 24/7. Okay, let's go through this one at a time. Do videos run 24/7? Yes or no? Do videos on social media play 24/7? Do you think your phone turns off? That means your video turns off too? So the videos are going to be running 24/7. The system that collects your emails, does that run 24/7? Does the system that you have in front of you, does that provide the same just ability to watch, ability to use 24/7, 365? Yes or yes? And is that education platform, is it available to whoever wants to use it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? You think the buy button turns off? If someone sees the value in what you do, if someone sees the value in you as a person and in you as your story, if they see value in that, what makes you think if the videos don't turn off, if the system don't turn off, if the perceived value don't turn off, what makes you think you can't write the value of that sale? Think about that. When I first started in digital franchising, my first sale was $150, 100% of which I got to keep. My very first sale. Today, I have a digital franchise that I designed, that I created, that I maintain, and I still get to keep 100%, but my top digital asset makes $2,500 per sale. That means two customers of the digital franchise I designed, that I give my students access to, called the Marketing Codex. That $2,500 franchise, all you have to sell, or all you have to testify about and let people know that you find value in, is two. Because we in the Kingdom Digital Academy, we testify, we don't sell. We tell people why. We don't convince people that. Like I told you, I'm no longer here to convince you that making money using social media is a real thing. Too many people are out here trying to convince people that making money using social media is a real thing. It's been real since 1981. You just not using it correctly to be able to make money for you. You have billion-dollar companies hiring $1 million marketing firms to do exactly what I'm doing. If you've ever seen the word sponsored up here or the word sponsored down there, look and tell me if you don't see people talking about where they were before they got what it is they got, how they felt about it, where they are now and what's changed now that they've gotten it, and how things have gotten better for them, and what they're going to do now that things have gotten better, and then giving people that are watching how to go get that. It's like the FedEx arrow. Once you see it, you can't stop seeing it. I call it the 4 keys to creating relatable content training. You can literally see it in everything that you watch on your phone, your TV, whatever device that you are on social media. You will never be able to stop seeing it. You're welcome. And the best part about it is the 4 keys to creating relatable content training is literally what will empower you to be the niche. You don't have to go out there and pick one. It will empower you to be the focus of your business. It will empower you to be the secret sauce. And with things like the Center Stage Protocol in the Kingdom Digital Academy, that I literally help you step in front of your business, in front of your product, so you can be able to connect with the people that need you. That training will literally be what helps differentiate you from 97% of the For You page or the news feed. But y'all still think it's a game. Y'all still think it's about a bunch of hacks. Y'all still think it's a bunch of hooks. Oh, I need a better hook. No, you need a better story. You need a better testimony. And you need some coaching in your life. Yeah, you might have to pay for some coaching, but I'm doing it for free right now. Listen to me. For 2 years, I got on TikTok and I told people exactly what I did. Some people took advantage and made millions. Other people didn't take advantage and just clapped. Oh, that was cool. Oh, yeah, that was good. Oh, snap. That was so good. Did you do anything with it? The 4 keys to creating relatable content training was available for free for 2 years. The same plan that got me from zero on social media, got me from zero on social media to my first $20,000 using this platform for 2 years for free. And some people took the advice and they made millions. Some people didn't, and they didn't. But that's the way it is for anything. If you do nothing, it means nothing. But if you do something, it could change everything. Yeah, you could go out there and get on social media and learn it for free. I will be the one to straight up tell you that everything that I have learned, you can learn it on social media for free. You can learn it on YouTube for free. You can learn it on TikTok for free. You can learn it on Instagram for free. But the question is, though, the question is, my friend, do you have the time to do it for free? Do you have the time to not have specific context for your specific business? Do you have the time to meander around for 15 years while you figure it out for free? Or are you willing to simply do what Business 101 simply says? Find someone that's done what you want to do and do exactly what they did, and don't make the mistakes that they did. That means you get to where you want to go twice as fast. It's up to you to decide if you're going to continue to meander on social media and continue to swim in the sea of hacks and new features, or are you going to make some income? Or are you going to build a business that you can be proud of, that you can leave behind and say, I have been able to do that. I have been able to make a difference. I have been able to create a legacy that helps people win every day, helps people become the hunted in business every day, so they don't have to trade time to be away from the family that they love. They don't have to leave their house at 4 a.m. to be able to make some money, that they can actually sleep. Like, God, how much of a benefit that is. Literally, getting the sleep that I have gotten has saved my life. Sleep apnea almost killed me. And being an automated business allows me to make income while I sleep. Is that not something we want today? If you want to know how to become the hunted in business, the Kingdom Digital Academy is the best place to do it. I have been doing it for 3 years. I have taken another individual's business and told my story with what it's given me, how the problems it solved for me, and I automated that process. I learned to create content that relates. I learned to create videos that connect. I learned how to be valuable. I learned how to be relatable. I learned how to be consistent. I learned how to show up in my business and tell people what changed for me forever. I learned how to do that. Everything you can learn. But because we are in a system that we have so much entitlement, I want to do nothing and get everything. I want to do absolutely nothing. It boggles my mind that when people say one of the most powerful things they've done in their business is go live. One of the most powerful things that they have leveraged on is going live on social media, because it's a free way to connect with the people that need you, and then have those same people watching in the chat go, well, I don't know if I should go live. Really? So if somebody is telling you what they're doing that will help you, that helped them, you want the same outcome that they have, but you're not willing to do the things they did to create said outcome. It's a about time that changes. So many of us don't understand that it's not an information problem. It's not an information problem. It's not the fact that you don't have the ability to figure out what to do. You just won't do it. You want things to meet you folded up in a pretzel and under a blanket in the back of your car, and you want people to just bring you income while you sit in your pretzel position and you sit like this hoping to collect. No, it does not work like that. You have to you have to realize that it is implementation that's keeping you back. It is your mindset that's keeping you bound. It is your mindset that is keeping you from making the income that you're hoping to make, building the business that you're hoping to make. But them modules to make an income. I'm showing you how to think like a marketer. I'm showing you how to look at your story, how to master your message, and you can tell somebody that you are here to help people be more valuable, more relatable, and more consistent in their content so people will hunt them. That's how you're able to tell your message in less than 2 minutes. You ever try to pitch your message to a billionaire? Do you think that they have a large denomination of time that they randomly give out just because that's your first name? No, you literally have 2 minutes to tell them why they should pay attention to you. But the difference between the billionaire and the person scrolling in their living room is the fact that the person in their living room has less investment than why they should pay attention to you. Because they have more reason to watch the cat video. They have more reason to watch a video about Donald Trump and the last blunder that he committed. They have more incentive to watch those videos and continue doom scrolling than you watch you. And it doesn't matter how real it is that your business is. It does not matter how real the outcome that you produce is. But if you are not able to communicate your message, if you're not able to think like a marketer, if you're not able to have the things in place that will get your business to the next level, it means nothing. You have to do differently. You have to not just be willing to absorb information and sit on something for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Anybody could go to a conference. Anybody can go to a workshop. Anybody can go to a mastermind. Anybody can attend a live training, but it's what you do when the cameras go off. It's what you do when the live stream ends. It's what you do when the video stops. Are you going to act on what you saw? Are you going to act on what you heard? I'm going to leave y'all with this. Satan knows who God is. He knows how powerful God is. He knows about Jesus Christ. He knows about how Jesus Christ is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The difference is he chooses not to act like what he knows is the truth. And he chooses not to obey what he knows is the truth. There is little difference these days as to people that struggle in business and people that simply don't. I'm not saying that there is somebody that doesn't struggle at all. I'm saying that people in business have built successful businesses and they grow exponentially simply because they act on what they learn. And they realize in the first place, that they don't know what they don't know, and it's what they don't know that will get them to the next level. But again, if you do nothing, it means nothing. But if you do something, it could change everything. I have 4 platforms that I offer in my academy. The first is $159. If you've never done anything in marketing, never sold anything in business, never done anything like this before, $159 gets you started. You have that, and you have a franchise fee that you pay, because I'm literally allowing you to get a business that you did not design, did not create, do not maintain, but you get to make 100%. There's no upline, no downline, no sideline here. You're getting a digital franchise. You're getting to run. You're going to get an automation system, and you're going to get mentorship that will allow you to build a business and teach you how to run an online business. Right? If you're just getting started, you're just getting your feet wet, $159 is a great place to start. Our digital accelerator is what helps you take your business to the next level, right? You've created content before, you just haven't mastered your message. You don't know how to communicate what your business does, what your product does. You don't know how to communicate that. The digital accelerator is where you need to be. That is $597, right? $597 one time. You pay a franchise fee and you get access to that. It gives you the same idea, but learning marketing, learning how to diversify, learning how to master your message, but also it gives you more one-on-one time with me, and it gives you 13 extra income streams that you get to use as a student in the Kingdom Digital Academy, right? That allows you to be able to have that franchise at $597 per sale. You get the rights to do that, right? How beneficial would that be for you to be able to make an income $597 per sale, right? Our next program is the Digital Power Builder. The Digital Power Builder is for the individual that has been in this industry, in the digital world. You've been creating content for a while. You've known how to create content, learned how to decently market your business, but you need to scale your business to the next level. You want to be able to understand how you can go from one platform to several platforms, right? Not just on one, but you learn how to promote on multiple platforms. Learn the connective tissue between how to promote on multiple platforms. You get to understand that, plus you get the mentorship. You're in business for yourself, but you're never in business by yourself in the Kingdom Digital Academy. Plus, you're getting, with all my programs, the ability to get a God-centered, God-led approach to understanding the most valuable skill you will ever learn in business, which is marketing, right? That digital power builder is $997, less than the cost of an iPhone 17 at the time of this recording. And you're able to get that, and you're able to get the rights to be able to promote that while you learn. So you're getting something to learn from, but you're also getting something to practice with, right? Then the premium platform is our marketing codex. The marketing codex covers the 4 laws of marketing, right? It covers every training that I've ever created since I started in 2023. How to learn the science of online marketing, learn how to connect with the people that watch you, how to create relatable content, how to create content that builds trust, how to create content that builds connection, right? How to be able to go about creating live streams that actually transform into income streams, how to create multiple digital assets for no additional cost. None, right? I'm going to show you how to do that, right? And when I come out with things like the center stage protocol, like the 4 keys to creating relatable content training, when I release a new training session, when I release a new training lesson, you're going to get 12 months of access to that absolutely free. While other people will be paying for new trainings as it comes out, as an owner of the Marketing Codex franchise, you will be able to get 12 months of access to anything that I come out with. And I've literally, in the last 12 months alone, come out with 40 different things that can bring you value, right? If this was available then like it is now, you would have been able to get 12 months of access to that absolutely free, right? And in addition to that, you'll get an additional set of access to me one-on-one time, me, you, and your business, not just the 7-day action plan, not just the 14-day reset, not just the 30-day quick start guide. You're getting all of that inside the Marketing Codex. That is $2,500, right? You pay that and you pay the franchise fee. The franchise fee is $59. That is on a monthly basis, right? As a matter of fact, for anybody that purchases a program in this live, I will do one time for the franchise fee. One time. So that means anybody in this live that goes to the top of my page and goes to where they see Kingdom Digital Academy and purchases the Marketing Codex, you will only pay for the Marketing Codex cost, and you'll pay one time $59, not monthly, one time in this live, right? So I'm going to give y'all a couple minutes so y'all can, consider that. If you get access to that, you get 12 months free of any new training that I come out with. It will be yours, right? No additional cost. 13 income streams that I give only to my students, plus the 14-day reset, the 30-day quick start guide, the 6-week boot camp, where I walk you through from brand new to doing this to where you want to be, right? Me, you, and your business, right? I have achieved whatever it is I have achieved, and I'm grateful to God to be able to have done it. But I want to give you the power to do this. I want to give you the ability to go out there and create and unlock doors for people in your life and for people that are not even willing to tell you that they see you, right? Because it's not about you getting this opportunity. It's about the people that you would probably never meet, that you get to change their life because they saw your testimony. Right? All of my programs have installment plans through Afterpay or Klarna. So go to kingdomdigitalacademy.com and get the information, get on the list, go to the top of my page. Or if you're on TikTok, click the Service Plus icon to be able to get access to that. And go check out the first pin video so you can get the information there as well. All right. So, guys, we've been on here for about an hour and 15 minutes, I think it is. I usually do about 90 minutes every day. Well, not every day, but 3 times a week. Like, you know what's crazy? I work less and my income has not faltered. As a matter of fact, I have had more income and I've worked less. Don't you want to be able to do that? At least I've worked less, right? I got 3 kids. I'm married. I got a business outside of social media and I got a digital business. And I still have the ability to have freedom of time, freedom of location, and freedom of income. If that's not on your want list, if that's not on your Christmas list, your birthday list, whatever list, then cool. If you don't want an automated business, that's fine. You might need it in the future though, but hey. But the most valuable thing I can leave you with is this. It's not about just the value you can bring, but the value you can create and the value you can automate. If you automate that, you set yourself free. You never need another W 2 a day in your life. So the rest is up to you. With programs as low as $159.95, there is no excuse, right? I got programs from $159 to $2,500. How much per sale do you need to make to be able to make a difference in your income? How much? The rest is up to you. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to share with you the things that changed my life. If you want the same life change, then come do what I'm doing, right? If you want to see it, go to kingdomdigitalacademy.com, put your email in, and I'll show you absolutely free. I'll show you what I do, right? So let's see questions. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat. I'll stay on for about another 5 minutes, and I will answer questions. First question that we have here on TikTok: tell us which program which program you sold a lot of. I think I understand what that means. So, of the programs that I have, which ones have I sold the most of? Well, mine first, but second place is the Legacy Builder from the Digital Growth Community. I've sold mine the most, and then the Legacy Builder next. Those are the programs that I vouch for, that I believe in, right? And their price to have it. What do you mean? I just went over the prices for my programs. I went over the prices for my programs. Were you not here before? I'm sorry. Were you not here before? I'm sorry. My programs are 159, 597, 997, and 2500 for the top program that unlocks everything, and the 13 income streams, not to mention the mentorship program and the affiliate. So that's that. And the Legacy Builder is $900, I think. Yeah, $900. And that is a one-time cost, and there is a setup fee where they it's like a franchise fee. Just like I have a franchise fee, they have a franchise fee as well. So they have that for that. So that's the two programs that I have sold the most of in the last 3 years. Guys, 36, imagine where your life could be in 36 months because you committed to learning these skills. Imagine where your life could be, where your business could be if you learn these skills, right? So, any more questions, guys, before I jump off here? Any more questions? We've hit 25,000 likes. Let's go. All right. Let's see. How about these things of paying AI and website? I don't understand what that means. How about these things of paying AI fee and website fee? What does that mean, friend? I don't understand. I don't quite understand what that means. Who's paying AI fee? I barely mentioned anything about artificial intelligence. I'm talking marketing here. I'm talking marketing, right? Like I promote the programs that I've created first, and if you were asking specifically, and this is on TikTok, right? If you're asking about other programs, I could tell you about the program, but um, let's see. Uh, with me and with the legacy builder, you pay a franchise fee because we're in my academy, you're getting to make 100% if you choose one of the four programs that I have, right? You choose one of the four learning paths that I have, one of the four franchises that I have, you're getting to make 100%. So how do I make money? I make money through the franchise fee, right? Franchise fee is $59, right? So that, just like I have a franchise fee, the digital growth community has a franchise fee as well, right? They might call it something else, but that's what it is, right? And I have been inside that particular community since day one. Well, day two. Call it day two, because they're at 59,000 people, and now when I first joined that community, it was at 785 people. I'm one of the OGs. I'm one of the first 1,000 people that was there, right? So I know a little bit about what goes on there. Well, when I say a little bit about, and I know enough about what goes on there. And obviously, over the last 2 years, I've been focused on building my academy. But what I can tell you is that we both have franchise fees. So that's what it is. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions before I jump off here? Any more questions? Let's see. I saw the request for somebody to jump on. My Diba, is that how you pronounce that? I did not see that you requested. Did you have another question that you wanted to ask? I see you submitted a request to join, like to come up in the box. I didn't realize you were the one that made that request. Um, on YouTube, I don't see any more questions, so I'm going to go ahead and jump off of YouTube. So thank you guys on YouTube for watching. If you have not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe and you turn on post notifications so you know when I go live on YouTube. I will be doing my best to go live on YouTube a little bit more. So now that we ironed out a few things, I know how to do that, especially with the dual live streams. So I want to be able to help as many people on here learn marketing, learn digital franchising, and learn how my life changed using both those things, including automations. So if you want more information, make sure you follow and subscribe, and make sure you turn on post notifications. Hit that bell and visit the show notes to get how to get access to the Kingdom Digital Academy. All right, YouTube, I will see y'all in the next one.